Welcome everyone to Cardboard Culture, a special Sunday afternoon edition. This is going to be episode number 33. We are pleased to provide this episode to everybody out there. We have a special guest who's we have to thank for being on our show this afternoon. And I'm going to toss it over to Amit to explain who that will be.
Hello, folks. So as Kent and I grow our show, we're always looking for new angles. One of our mantras or taglines, as you see at the top of our screen, is we're trying to think outside the box. So if we didn't try to do that, we wouldn't try to push the envelope in terms of our own content. So right now, today, as Kent mentioned, it's a bit of a deviation from our usual Tuesday lineup. We're now into our, pseudo Sunday lineup. Hopefully this will be something we do moving forward. We're going to break our tradition. And are going to break our tradition by introducing you to a hobby shop owner by the name of Pavel Bartko from the Czech Republic. He'll be telling us about what it's like to have an LCS and a shop overseas. And quite honestly, a lot of our content is, a lot of the content in the hobby is pretty much focused on North America. We want to show what it's like overseas and give some, credit where credit is due. So I'm going to bring on Pavel. And as I'm bringing him on, I'm going to tell you some cool tidbits about Pavel. Welcome, Pavel, to the show.
Hello, Pavel.
Hello. Nice to meet you guys.
So, as I was mentioning earlier, Pavel he's actually a collector first. So let's get one thing out. He's a collector first. He actually has a very extensive collection and then a complete collection of Panini Classics autographs. He has over 3,100 Dominic Hasek cards, so we know where they all are. So we just found that out today. And one day, maybe in the future, we'll have to have Pavel show us those cards. So, Pavel, I'm going to do something a bit different today, and hopefully it works. So, I decided since you are I'm not fluent in Czech, and I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not even going to try it, but I am going to thank Google for something and see if this works.
Doufám, že moje přišla správně. Pokud ne, obviňte překladatelské služby Google.
So, in English for our friends, I basically said I would like to welcome Pavel to the show. I hope my Czech came across correctly. If not, blame Google Translate.
Yeah. Thank you very much for inviting, Ahmet. It's really a pleasure for me to be the first European guest at your show. At the start, I would like to apologize for my English because it's not so perfect. So I have beside me a live translator, my brother, which is not at the show, but he will help me if I lost some words or some sentence. That's all. Thank you very much again.
No worries. And just so you are aware, Pavel, your English is better than some of the people here locally, so don't worry. So we're going to start off with the basics. Why don't you tell us the name of your store and where it's located and how long you've had it?
Our store is located in Czech Republic, small town in the north of Czech Republic named Litvínov. By the way, the Litvínov is a producer of many NHL hockey players like Robert Reichel, Jiří Schläger, Martin Ručinský, and others. It's around 65 miles from Prague. And the name of our store is hokey-karty.cz. You will see it at my signature. It's hokey-cards.cz at English.
Nice. So just to give everyone a bit of a flavor for what Pavel and his crew do, I'm going to show everyone just really quickly some things like some of his group breaks and just a couple of images from his shop. So Pavel, just give us a second. I'm going to share that for our guests.
Yeah, sure, you can, of course.
So I don't know if you can see this, but here's Pavel breaking some product. Now, the thing about this is, Pavel, over here, when we break product, we have problems with names. And I noticed in one of your other breaks, you do a perfect job of the European players' names and a couple that I got wrong. So I learned that today. Another thing I'm going to show everyone today is just some pictures of your shop. So Pavel's shop is really, one thing that struck me, it's very clean and very vibrant. So you can see the shelving, the use of shelving, the layouts are fairly good. This is the storefront for Pavel's shop. This is the inside of Pavel's shop. You can see how clean it is. I cannot get over how clean this store is. I would go to this store in a heartbeat. And compared to some hockey shops, there's product on the shelves here, folks. So definitely a good thing to see. And then just another angle showing Pavel's shop. So just wanted to show everyone that real quickly. And before we get into our next question, I want to say hi to Yannick. Yannick, thank you for coming to the show. Pleasure having you here. And someone Pavel and I both know, Barry Ma. So Barry Ma.
Hello, Barry.
Hey,
Barry.
Hi, Barry.
So Barry works at ComC. So ComC, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Barry, for attending. So let's go back to the question. So can you tell me how many employees are in your shop and how many shops are in your area?
The first, our employees, we have 4 plus me, and I have to say we are really full for 100%. My person for 120% more. How many shops are in Czech? I counted yesterday, and I think it's 5. Including our store, sorry, and I know around 10 online shops together.
Interesting. So our friend Sean Robb has joined today. He actually asked, are there diamond dealers in the Czech Republic? And I think you just answered that question.
Yeah. Hi, Sean. Yes, we are CDD at Czech Republic.
Awesome. So I'm going to pass it over to our good buddy Kent. He's going to take us through the next series of questions. Okay, Pavel?
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
So Pavel, as a shop owner who buys products from North America, what are some of the struggles you face? And I assume costs are higher for you to get products. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's more difficult than 2 years ago because products are much more expensive, and of course, transport to Czech Republic costs currently much more than before COVID. So yes, it's very difficult, very expensive, and of course, both has an impact to selling prices finally.
Now, how did the pandemic affect your business? COVID.
We waited big last at March. At March 2020, but finally it was exactly contrary.
Yeah.
Has it finally has it positive to ourselves, because many people started to collect again.
Good. That's good.
We have maybe 100 new customers. Usually they say we collect cards in the school, and with children came back to the hobby, and many people were at home, working from home, and had a lot of free time. So they found cards. Many new customers told they didn't buy cards 10, 20 years. So it looked at the first time we will have less months, But from April 2020, we started selling more and more and more. Sometimes we had really a lot of orders every day, and we didn't have a free time to add new products into our offer. And our staff did on orders only.
Oh, very good.
Of course, also we had some employers at home, so it will be a difficult time. But most of new coming people stayed in the hobby and are still collectors and our customers. So thanks to COVID, we had a big increase of our sales.
Okay, very good. Now, Czechia has quite the history. Your country was Czechoslovakia prior to becoming two distinct countries. Can you give us a bit of a history of what that was like for you or your parents and family during that period of time in your country?
I was born in 1978. It was a deep communism.
Mm-hmm.
My brother maybe will talk about it better because he was a student which had a big part of end of communism in Czech Republic. After '89, we started democracy, and sometimes it looks we still learn democracy, but of course it's much better than in the past. So this is a history which I remember. When I was a small boy, I remember my brother was very often angry. We didn't have a banana in the shops, and many usual things which you probably could not understand. But I forgot it very well because I was 12 years old when communism ended. So I am not so communist child like my brother. My brother was more. Main thing. Brother support me. Very interesting thing. We didn't have a freedom.
Yes.
Right.
It was the main. We didn't have a freedom. We didn't want to travel when we could, when we wanted. I'm sorry. It was very difficult time, but our parents was happy. Everyone had work. They had relatively all. Schools were great. Sports were great for children in the time. But many people from this time are angry to act to currently time, but only older people. But we younger people are very happy the communism ended.
It was a very interesting time, and I kind of one of the things we want to do is make sure that people are aware that over here in North America we have things quite easy. So, your family, your friends, your brother have had to work hard to build things in a much more initiation kind of way because you guys didn't have that infrastructure, right? So look at yourselves and what your store has become. So it's a good homage to yourself and the hard work of you and your people do, right?
Thank you.
Go ahead, Kent.
Sure. So that being said, at least there was hockey. So what was your fondest moment of Czech hockey games or hockey players for you?
Sure, Nagano Olympic Games and 1998. I can't say anything else. It was really unbelievable. People didn't get to work, and we didn't. When it was the final game, we didn't have in school. It was really
Right.
nice. It was really nice. Nobody waited. The Czech Republic could win. Every media around the world said they have Hasek, they have Jager, but the team is very average. But it was, I think, nobody from Czech Republic can say anything else if we remember that.
I prefer not to remember it. That was a massive disappointment. So hockey in Canada, just like in the Czech Republic, is here. It's like a godlike status. Hockey means everything here. So when we lost in the Olympics, it hurt. It hurt, and we didn't forget it. But we did have, I think it was 2010. We had our redemption. So that was, and after that as well. So, did you ever go to Czech hockey games when you were younger? Like, did you go see, like, what teams did you follow?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat your question, please?
When you were younger, what hockey team did you go watch as a child in your local city?
I'm sorry. Of course, our city, Litvínov, our city team, Litvínov. We had great generation. That was the main part of Nagano winners. From NHL, when I was a small boy, I think 6-7 years, I loved Wayne Gretzky. In spite I didn't see him playing, but for us it was very interesting to have NHL stars at the World Championship. I remember Mario Lemieux played in 1985 at Prague at World Junior World Champs, not Junior World Champs. From NHL, of course, Edmonton Oilers, because Edmonton Oilers had 5 Stanley Cups from 84 to 91, I suppose. So from NHL, Edmonton Oilers, when at the time when Dominik Hasek arrived to NHL, I was a big fan of Buffalo Sabres because Dominik Hasek was the most favorite player from my childhood. And when came to Detroit, I was a really big fan of Detroit because I loved the original 16, and it was very nice for me to have Dominik Hasek cards in Detroit Red Wings.
You know what's very interesting about Dominik Hasek? So over here, people love Dominik Hasek cards as long as he's not in an Ottawa Senators uniform. We can't seem to move those very easily. Red Wings for sure, Buffalo for sure. So you only concentrate on hockey, correct? You don't do other sports?
We sell a little soccer. We will start the baseball card selling of baseball cards next week.
Oh wow!
But just few products. Soccer relatively well, but we are, as I said, we are 100% full of work with hockey cards. So if we want to bring more products to our offer, we would have another new employer. And my opinion is, if you wanna do anything the best as you can, you should have only one thing. So other sports are will be still a small part of ourselves, I suppose. Never say never, but currently I can't imagine we will have the same offer at hockey card and at other sports. I think it's not possible. Mainly currently, for a reason, the Panini and Topps are very expensive, and Czech market is not the same like your market.
Yes. Speaking of markets, we have one question for you. So first of all, I want to say hi to Rob Lee. Thank you for joining the show. And our friend Sean Robs has a question do most Czechs have a TV channel that carry NHL hockey, and is it announced in the Czech language?
Yeah. We have one sport channel. I think every day is one game, sometimes two. So yeah.
What time? Actually, so the games are around 7 p.m. Eastern. So you guys are 6 hours ahead. So that puts you at 1 a.m.
It's 1 hour after midnight. Mm-hmm. 1 hour after midnight, 2 hours after midnight usually. But me and my family watch every Saturday game. It was hockey night in Canada in the past. So we have a hockey night in Czech because usually every week is one game. I think at you it's at 1 p.m. and at Czech Republic it starts around 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's good for children also, and I watch this game I think every week.
So when they announced the game in your Czech in the Czech Republic, and who are the announcers that are actually broadcasting the game? Are they former NHLers, or are they well-known broadcasters, or are they just like, how does that work?
I'm not sure. How do you mean?
So when they broadcast the game in your home country, who is broadcasting? Are there announcers that are announcing in Czech language?
No, it's Czech. It's Czech Nova Sport.
Oh, it is. Okay.
No Canadian channels, but it's Czech channel.
Interesting.
With Czech language, I forgot to answer to Sean. It's of course it's Czech language. They have very good hosts, guests in the break. So it's a good time.
How do you say hockey night in Czech Republic in Czech?
Hokejová noc v Kanadě. Hokejový večer.
There you go. So I wanted to ask you, so over here, Dr. Brian Price, who used to own In the Game, produced In the Game Used, Between the Pipes, is traditionally a very big product for European collectors. It was almost like a bit of a cult status in terms of the collectability. So I wanted to ask you, is it still a big draw there? And what was it? I'll go slower. Is it a big draw there? And what was it about those products that made collectors in Europe want it so badly?
Older product, yes. Especially up to 13 to 14 season.
Mm-hmm.
But the new product from In the Game or Leaf currently are not so popular in Czech.
Okay.
I have to say I loved a lot In the Game work. I have a very good memory. I have a very good memory directly to Mr. Brian H. Price.
Yeah.
Because I have sold in the past, it's 10 years ago, maybe earlier, made to order card. It was a very special card, and I remember at the time when I pulled from the box, many people said this is probably one and only card in Europe at the time.
Yeah.
And I sold to Canada to one guy which said didn't receive the card. So asked for refund and refund. And Mr. Brian H. Price had the card on the table and talked with me and helped me a lot. And I have the card in my collection. Yeah, it was very great from him, and I loved his cards also without this memory. But I think Mr. Price is a really great person. I think the problem is they have no license for many years, and I'm sure it was good for customers for 5-8 years, but when they had to remove logos from the cards, I have to say many people didn't find the magic on the card which had in the past. So sometimes some customer asks for the product, but it's not so usual like in the past. I have to say I still like their older memorabilia. many of them I had in my personal collection because nobody else have memorabilia from Terry Sochak and Trude Broda and George Hainsford and those older guys. So I think those cards are still very popular, but the most of the produce are not so well for Czech market. I said it only per my opinion and per my requests from customers. Still, there are a lot of people which buy those products, but not at our store.
Yeah, so Dr. Price actually came on our show during one of the earlier episodes. I've known Dr. Price off camera and in person for many years. He is a very, very good person to talk to. He has a lot of knowledge and a lot of stories. I need to bring him back. To on here, but I will definitely make sure to send him a note that you said this. So I'll do that too as well. So gonna get into some more questions here. So I have to remind myself to talk slow, which is not normal for me because I talk really fast.
Yeah,
so
I hear it.
So gonna talk about one of the unique things I thought about with a shop in the Czech Republic is you not only have the NHL, you also have the KHL, you have the local Czech leagues, right? So they almost compete with each other. So I want to know, popularity-wise, what's the most popular?
It's a very difficult question because there are many collectors which collect only Czech cards, Czech hockey league cards. KHL was very interesting in the past years when Czech Republic had own team in the league. It was left Prague, line Prague. So of course there were a big interest. There was a big interest for this card, but for 5-6 years, Line Prague is off to league, and there is no big interest in those cards. Comparing NHL and extra league cards is very difficult, but I have to say, company OFS, which had a license for 20 years, did a great work in last 5 years and bring to our collectors a really great card comparable with Upper Deck. We are more focused on NHL cards. If you ask for at other stores, so maybe you will get a else answer. Sorry, but at our store, and if I check ourselves, I think NHL cards are around 80% of our sales, sure, maybe 90, and the rest is our league and other sports. So we are more focused on NHL. So I am maybe not good person to compare Czech hockey card, but I have to say we have two companies. I forgot to say about our national hockey team because we have a special series for NHL national hockey team, and both companies have great cards, nice cards, hard side signatures, and it's really good in last 5 years.
Who produces cereal? Where's that from?
Cereal, it's Latvia. I think Latvia.
Yeah. Okay. So there's one question that came up. I'm going to ask it earlier because it's a good question related to the NHL. So Barry is asking, in your opinion, who are the top 5 most collected European hockey players, past or present?
Past or present? Jágr Hašek is. There is no.
Isn't Chara part of that?
I think Petr Šťastný.
Yeah.
From the past.
Oh yes.
Maybe it's Nerohara, but fourth and fifth place. There are many players which I would say it's very hard. Marian Hossa was great. Patrick Eliáš. But I'm talking only about Czech and Slovak. Barry asked for European. Boris Helming, Mats Sundin, Henrik Lundqvist. There are a lot of players. It's fast. I would like to think about this question a few minutes, but Jager Hašek.
Is Pasternak from Czech Republic?
What Pasternak?
Yeah, Pasternak.
Yeah.
So it's funny you mentioned the Stastny brothers. So I, when I was a little boy, not only like the Toronto Maple Leafs, I loved the Quebec Nordique, and I loved Peter Stastny. Loved Peter Stastny to this day. And actually today on ComC, I actually saw a couple of rookie cards of Stastny, and I was like, oh, I might buy another one. But literally, I don't know what it is. Peter, Anton, and Marian Stastny, the three of them, were to me the European version of the Sutter brothers. They were hardworking grinders. They never would. You could hit them, they wouldn't fall down. They would just, and they were just so tough. And I loved the Stastny brothers. So it's funny you brought that up. I have a very fond memory of the Stastny brothers. Also, is Miroslav Preacher from Czech Republic?
Yeah.
So he was elite.
He died in last year, I think.
Really?
Oh, really? Oh, gee, wow.
Yeah, I have his book. It's a great book, Životopis. It's a book about his all entire life, and I think it was also pressed in Canada in English language.
Okay.
I recommend it. It's really great book.
No worries, and then I'll check that out. I want to say hi to Name Indigenous Rookie Cards. Sorry, I didn't tell you we were doing an afternoon show. This is a bit of a deviation, but thank you for coming. Oh, and of course, Barry brought up Ziggy Palffy. How can we not forget Ziggy Palffy?
Yeah, but we forgot two Russian players and Alex Ovechkin. I think it starts beside Jager and Hašek.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And if you have to go in history, you have like the old Soviet bloc players, right? Like the Tretiak, Mironov. There's a bunch of them from the old Soviet Red Army teams that were like so good, like Fetisov, Fetisov, and Larionov, and I'm forgetting the good-looking kid.
We remember their first line in '80s. It was Larionov, Krutov, Makarov.
Makarov. That's it, Makarov.
And Fetisov, and
was it Krutov?
Krutov. I'm not sure the fifth name, but when those guys played at 5-on-5, it still looked like they had a power play. It was unbelievable.
They were good.
Yeah, they were unbelievable good.
It was so I'm old enough to remember the Canada, not 72 because I was still a kid, because I wasn't born until 74, but I remember it was an 85 Canada Cup. When was it, 85? The one where Lemieux scored the goal from Gretzky.
Yeah. Canadian. Yeah.
That series.
When he played with Gretzky at that line. Yeah. Many people said this was the best hockey ever.
Yeah. It was insane. It was such good hockey, and we probably will never see anything like it again because thankfully, democracy has prevailed in more countries, and it's across Europe, and there are still variations of it, but we won't have that same kind of. It'd be very hard for people to see stuff like the Berlin Wall that came down, and stuff like that. So we got to see some really unique hockey. Watching hockey where there were no advertisements on the whiteboards. You remember those? No. I'm going to go back to our questions here. So I'm going to ask you what I'm going to consider a silly question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Is Dominik Hasek still the biggest Czech Republic player to purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you watch hockey cards of Dominik Hasek and Jaromír Jágr, I think this is the best question, best answer. Sorry, Dominik Hasek is still one of the best hockey players in our history. Jaromír Jágr is a similar case, but he's unbelievable because he's still playing.
Yeah.
But Dominik Hasek is a big legend in Czech.
Is he still around locally? Like, does he do much around the Czech Republic, or is he pretty private?
Yeah, I think he's living in Czech still. Yeah, he has a company for producing drinks.
Yes.
It's something like Red Bull, but energized. But there are no such no sugar like at Red Bull.
Yeah.
It should be better.
Yeah,
it should be better for sportsmen.
So you're going back to your hobby shop for a second, and I just realized something. Kent, I just completely went into your question, so I'm going to pause.
Okay, keep going.
Going to go back up to the question because I got carried away and got all excited about this. Do you still have collectors from Russia and Germany and neighboring countries who buy from you, or is it still primarily Czech collectors?
We sell a lot to Slovakia, of course, because our languages are very similar, and usually people understand to Slovakian and Slovakian understand to Czech. Of course, sometimes we sell to Germany and Austria and Finland, Spain, but our language is a big complication for European customers. So we now prepare English version of our website.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So just Kent, before I go to your question, which is after the Dominik Hasek question, you can take over from there. I'm just going to show a question on screen. So Sean is asking, is hockey cards popular in Slovakia and Slovenia as it is in the Czech Republic?
Slovakia, yes. We have 2 million people. They have around 5 million people. So the number of collectors is of course a little lower. Slovenia, I'm not sure because we don't sell to Slovenia, and I'm really not sure. How is collecting at this state. It's relatively far away from us. It's maybe for you it looks it's Slovakia, Slovenia. It's beside.
Right.
The states are beside, but not. It's relatively far away. I think there will be no many collectors. Sure, Slovakia will have more collectors. But yeah, in Slovakia, there are a lot of collectors.
Andrej Kopitar, Slovenian, right?
Yeah, Andrej Kopitar.
Yeah. So I'm going to pause for a second because I got so involved in our questions, I completely took over Kent's question. So Kent, after the Dominik Hasek question, you can take over.
Okay. Sure. Before I start my next round of questions, Barry has a question for you, Pavel. He says, "Hi, Pavel. Have you attended a North American card show like the Toronto Expo in the past?"
Yeah, hi Barry again. Yeah. I was at Autumn Expo at Toronto at 2019. 2018. Yes, it was great. It was great experience for me personally. Sure, I will go back to next time Expo. Not this year because COVID still brings.
Right.
I don't want to say about it, but next year I would like to visit Canadian Expo again, and probably autumn because for Czech people it's better. We can we split. No, jako spojit s návštěvou na zápasu. We can also visit NHL hockey game.
Oh, yes.
Oh, right. Of course. Yes. That's true. Very true.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I was at the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it was a great experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's good that you got to see a game. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So Pavel, back in the Czech Republic, for example, when you have Dominik Hasek and Jaromír Jágr, now when they walk around, do people leave them alone, or are they pretty much treated like, oh, there's Jaromír or there's Dominik? Are they treated like gods?
I think yes. I think jestli jsem to dobře pochopil. I think they both are still top for our collectors. The truth is, David Pastrňák is very, very popular in last years. Yeah, Martin Nečas from Carolina is Filip Zadina, but those two guys are the biggest legends, and I think nobody has so many collectors like those two guys, because Jaromír Jágr is at every collection at Czech Republic. I am almost sure. For example, on base card, but every collector have on his cards. David Pastrňák, Filip Zadina, Martin Nečas, those younger guys. There are a lot of people which start to collect those guys, but Dominik Hasek and Jaromír Jágr is much different level.
Very good. Over where you are there any are there any young players that are becoming popular?
As I said, those three guys, very popular is, for example, Pavel Bartko from Colorado.
Oh, really?
Okay. It's backup goalie of Colorado, because he's a really nice guy and very popular in Czech Republic, especially at our city, our town. Sorry, he's very popular because we have only one championship wins, and Pavel Bartko was a key player from.
Okay.
But also other town. All around Czech Republic, Pavel is very popular. I think usually our goalies are really popular. Vítek Vaněček, Dan Vladař. It will be very important if those guys will play NHL or leave, for example, to KHL, what is usual. But also Czech collectors also like your stars, also your young stars. Kelmakar is very popular in Czech Republic.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Of course, Connor McDavid. It's really very interesting for every Czech collectors. And I have to say, many people ask for the youngest players like Spencer Knight for next year, Cole Caulfield, and others.
Great.
So the collecting in Czech Republic is very similar in past years, like at US. I remember 5 years ago, nobody talked about rookie cards at Czech Republic. Many people wanted legends on cards, especially on hard sign autos.
Right.
And the new wave of new collectors which came into hobby in last 3-4 years, I think there are very similar like your Canadian and American customers, and ask for rookie cards as well.
So what's interesting about that, so I wanted to just let collectors who watch our show, is their collecting mentality is the same everywhere. The players have kind of gone away from the regionalization of players, and it's become the player they collect, not where they're from. So it's also a bit of that too. Connor McDavid, that was a special case. We may never see another one like Connor McDavid ever again. Austin Matthews is another good one. Those two players are special for this generation. Will we ever see players like that again? I'm not sure. but it shows how much hockey has been marketing. So it's good to see that they're collecting not just local players, but all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Kent.
So earlier in the show, Pavel, Amit showed that you do box breaks. Now, do you do box breaks yourself? And do you do breaks of older product or more of the newer stuff?
The first question, yes, I'm doing group breaks only myself. I would like to have anyone in the future, but currently I am the only hard collector, if I want to say that. But we have a new guy in our company now, so maybe he will do breaks with me, or
Okay.
maybe alone. Other sports, as I said in a few minutes ago, I'm not sure if we are able to do breaks of other sports. Soccer, maybe soccer, but there is in Czech Republic is one guy who do breaks of soccer, and
there is one. There is one really that does that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there is a big market for
Right.
doing a lot of breaks of those sports. If you ask if new stuff or older stuff, we usually break all new stuff, but sometimes we do a retro group break.
Oh, retro, good.
Because many people like 90s and around 2000 cards, and it's really good fun for me to. It is very hard because it takes 3 hours, but but the 19 cards are beautiful. So I think usually we do 10 breaks of new products and one older product.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Older group break, sorry.
Right.
So Barry has a question here. I'm going to bring it up. How was your experience at the Upper Deck CDD conference, and did you see any attractions in Orlando?
we met with Barry at CDD. Barry, yeah. We visited NASA.
Yeah.
NASA. Sorry, NASA. Yeah. We had a good time in Orlando. We moved to Miami then, and we spent a good time there. It was really nice, and however, it was. Yeah. I forgot. My brother told me now we were on an NHL hockey game, Florida against Toronto.
Oh, very good.
That was the main experience. And
Toronto won, very high won, 7-4. I like this.
Yeah. It was a great game. Yeah. It was a really good time at Florida. We remember a lot for the time. However, it was probably our final visit for 2-3 years due to COVID.
It's interesting because to buying tickets to Florida Panthers versus buying tickets to Toronto Maple Leafs, local guys can't get tickets here. In Florida, you can get a ticket any day of the week.
Yeah, we have reservation 2 months earlier, I suppose.
Nice.
So that was the reason we got them, probably.
Nice. So I got another question here just before I go there. I was going to ask. So Sean Robb is asking, what do you think? Do you think Patrick Elias and Marian Hossa rookie cards are undervalued?
Hard question for me. At the time when those two guys were rookie, the companies didn't produce classical rookie card as now. So that was the reason, probably. I'm not sure. Patrick Elias is very popular here in Czech, but I also met in the past New Jersey games, and I was really surprised. He is much bigger legend in New Jersey than in Czech Republic.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. I was really shocked because around all stadium you can see his jerseys and stakes, and I was really surprised. And Marian Hossa, it's they started, I think, earlier than Patrick Elias, and I think if at the time were produced standard rookie cards as Young Guns and rookie auto patch like now, so those cards will be really expensive. But at those time, these types of cards were missing on the market, so their rookie cards usually looks like common cards. So probably that was the reason.
Interesting.
Hossa has the Donna's Preferred Silver. Hossa is a nice card. That's probably the one I'm thinking about. It's very, very nice card. So I'm going to go back to more questions here. So, going back to your shop, do you do much on eBay in the Czech Republic?
No. I have listed there some cards from personal collection. I have there some one-of-one cards of Jaromír Jágr and some rookie card of Conor McDavid, because those cards are too expensive, and usually you can't sell those cards at the same price at Czech like at US or Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't use eBay for selling of our cards. We list every card from our offer to our website.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you. So I know locally, ComC and Upper Deck, they visit local card shops to promote them and whatnot. Do they reach out to you? Because I noticed in one of the pictures you had a razor that had Upper Deck on it. Did they send you that? Did they send you things for collectors over there?
Yeah. We are a diamond dealer of Upper Deck 2 years, I think, and I have to say we have a good relationship with marketing, director of marketing, and she tried to help us a lot with merchandise and everything what we need. With COMC, we don't have any professional contact, but I met Barry at Florida, and it was nice to meet him. But we are not in any business contact.
Yeah.
With COMC.
Speaking of Barry, Barry has another question for you.
Oh, Barry's full of questions today. It's very early, so just so everyone's aware, I don't even think it's noon in BC yet. So Barry's just waking up out of bed. So he said, have you had any hockey players sign autographs at your store?
Barry, if you mean some jerseys or some other memorabilia, so not. But I have already Jágr jersey from Flyers, I suppose, and Hasek jersey, both autographed from Detroit Red Wings. Both will be on our wall.
Do you ever have players come into your store and actually sign cards?
Yeah. For example, Jan Mysak, it's a young player from Montreal Canadiens. No. Yeah, sometimes yes, but not often. Jakub Petružálek was there last week.
Oh, last week. That's great.
Yeah. They like a hockey card. He even have a collection from his childhood still. Yeah. Sometimes yes.
Sorry about that. The ice cream truck just interrupted our show, so hopefully that didn't interrupt what you were saying. Going to go back to. So I wanted to ask you another question. So, what would you like to see more of in the hobby?
I have to say I'm satisfied with currently produce. I think everyone will find anything, something if he can. Maybe more products for children, but blasters are okay. In last few years, we have. I think it's great actually. We have the cup for mat collectors. We have Black Diamond premieres. We have artifacts. We have OPG MVP. Maybe I would give back to producing Victory Series, really for children. $20 box where they will be 36 packs. So maybe this, but when I compare it, thanks to visiting of our customers, everyone will find something for him if he can.
Go ahead, Kent.
So Pavel, I know you're a diamond dealer with Upper Deck. In your mind, do you think that there's more that Upper Deck can do for hobby shops in Europe, such as yourself?
It's a more question for them, but I know we are a small part of selling of hockey cards. When I was at the CDD conference in Florida, and I talked with other CDDs from Canada and America, so our market is really else. We have to. The truth is, many people in Czech Republic started collect expensive series like cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but if I see breaks on CNC, for example, so we are really small fish with on the market. So I know that, and I think the support from Upper Deck is okay. The truth is, we are a dealer only for 2 years, and maybe we started at the worst time because the demand for hockey cards increased a lot around the world.
Right.
And we have many allocations for new products, so that was. I understand that. I understand that because Canada is a big market, America is a big market, and Europe is a small market. So I think the support is comparable to ourselves.
Very good. Now, Pavel, do you use Facebook groups at all? And if you do you use it for selling on Facebook?
No. We don't sell on Facebook. It's very difficult for us because we have each card is listed at our website, and if you buy it, the invoice was created automatically, and when we buy at Facebook, so it's more difficult for us, and we don't want to buy at Facebook. Our website is our selling machine.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can take the question.
We did answer that one question, I think, which is have you been to the National or Sport Card Expo, which you have, which you already answered that one. So Kent, if you have another question, go ahead.
The question was in Europe and specifically in the Czech Republic, are there like card shows like hockey card shows?
Yeah. Thanks to COVID, we didn't have any card show last year.
Right.
I think it's the same like at Canada. in October 30, we will have a big expo.
Oh.
Yeah. Many people look forward to that expo because 2 years were nothing.
Right.
So we will be there, of course. And this expo was only the first one in 2019, I think, and it was really great. And the second show will be this year, October 30.
So Pavel, for those that want to travel to this show, can you let us know where it's going to be at?
Excuse me, can you repeat, please?
So if people want to locally go to this next show in October, can you let us know which city and where it's going to be at?
You, if you, I'm sorry, I didn't understand you now.
I'm just saying if people in town or in the Czech Republic wanted to go to this show in October, can you let us know which city it is and where it's at, where it's going to be?
Yeah, sure. I will let you know. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's just informing viewers that they could go to that show, but we'll post it when you tell us. So we managed to survive in almost an entire hour without having too much issues with the language. So Pavel, good job there, and your brother Miro, thank you very much for helping. But this wasn't too bad, actually. It wasn't too bad.
Good.
Yes. So I'm glad that you're our first European collector / hobby shop owner, and we're going to be doing more. And we'll keep in touch for sure, Pavel. I want to see how you're doing over the years. But we have one question left that we ask all our viewers, which is a special question and what we do with our show. We want to know what inspires you.
What inspired me? I have to say I try to go on own way. Of course, I watch for US or Canada big stores what they do, but my opinion is the better is go to own way. Of course, everyone learn all life.
Yeah.
So I am open to any offers, to any improving. I ask customers very often if they have any idea what should be better for them. But I have to say I have many ideas how to improve the collecting. For me, is very important the people that have a hobby, the good fun from collecting. That is my point. I would like to see lucky people when they visit our store. That is my point. And we do, for example, own packs. We have free versions of packs depending on prices, and we gave into each series many high-end cars. I can show you some details by email. So those packs are usually sold out very soon after a few minutes after listing. But what inspired me, my children inspired me.
Yeah.
I have to say, because they are very fresh.
Yeah.
Very fresh, very smart, much smarter than us, I think. But of course, I try to get everything good from what could you call it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
that was a good answer. That was a very good answer.
Thank you.
So we are at the end of the show, but I want to give you an opportunity to, if you want to say something in Czech for the Czech collectors or anyone, please go ahead and do it now. And then after you're done, we'll end the show. You stay there, and then we'll talk and after the show, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to say something, please go ahead.
In Czech.
In Czech.
Anything in Czech. Tak já doufám, lidi, pokud jste se koukali, že se vám to líbilo a odpustíte mi moji angličtinu a doufám, že se všichni budeme kartama společně dobře bavit. A that's all.
Cool.
And thank you again for inviting to your show. It was really a pleasure for us to be there, and thank you for all.
For sure. This was
the message from Barry.
So Barry says, congratulations, Pavel. I appreciate everything you and your brother are doing to bring interest to the hobby from where you are. It's great to see you again.
Thank you, Barry.
So I want to say this was an extremely enjoyable experience. We had a hard time connecting, and then finally we met and we talked and we went through this. This was good. Yeah. Pavel, keep in touch. So hang out there. I'm going to end the show. Just hang out there for a few minutes, okay?
Thank you. Sure.
Everyone else, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Tuesday.
Bye.
We're back Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday with I'm not going to say that word, but the coin collecting and Pokemon guy.
Numismatics.
Right.